What's going on, guys? GCMC here and welcome to a brand new video, and welcome to your daily dose of transfer gossip. And today is going to be Saturday the 6th of July, got confirmed deals to go through as well as the rumours. So just before we get started, if you could do our good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. Yesterday's episode will be down below in the description box, and current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time, it's a new transfer upload. And finally, in the comment section below, who's the best goalkeeper in the world right now, in your opinion? Right, let's jump into the confirmed deals. And first up, we've got a player called Stanchu. He's joined Slavia Prague from a Saudi team called Al Ahly, and it's a €4 million fee. And bear in mind, he only moved from Sparta Prague to the Saudi Pro League back in January, and that was a €10 million fee back then. Charlie Masonda has joined Vitesse in the Eredivisie from Chelsea, and it's a second season-long loan in a row. Bradley Johnson has joined Blackburn from Derby, that's a free transfer for him, and a former Borussia Dortmund defender Subotic has joined FC Union Berlin, who I believe are now in the Bundesliga. It's from St Etienne and it's a free transfer. Phil Jagielka has returned to Sheffield United after 13 years away. Back in 2006 he joined Everton, and now he's rejoined them. Now they're back in the Premier League, and just like Subotic before, is a free transfer. He's on a 1-year contract, and to be fair for Sheffield United, they need as much Premier League experience as they can get. PSV have brought in Lato from Valencia as a loan deal for this season. I'm not sure if there's an option to buy or not, but if you consider the fact that they did sell Angelino back to Man City a couple days ago, he's his replacement. This next one hasn't been fully announced just yet at the time of me recording this, but Ralph Farmer's move to Norwich City is looking like it's pretty much done now. Every single outlet is saying he's joining from FC Schalke on a loan deal, and he has undergone his medical. And as long as there was no issues with the medical itself, I do assume that the transfer will go ahead and he'll be the number one for next season. Raul Albiol has joined Villarreal from Napoli. It's a €5 million fee for him. And Villarreal also bought in a player called Ruben Peña from SD Eibar, and they paid €8 million. Another player on the move for €8 million is going to be Vlab. He's joined Anderlecht in Belgium from Heerenveen, and like I mentioned, €8 million. Vavro has joined Lazio from FC Copenhagen, and the Italian side have paid 10.5 mil. Douglas Santos has made the move to Zenit St. Petersburg in Russia from Hamburg, who are now in the second tier of German football, and it's a €12 million fee on a 5-year contract. And it makes him the most expensive second Bundesliga sale of all time. Then we have got Frenkie de Jong, one of the most exciting transfers for this summer transfer window, and of course is known since January. But his move from Ajax was essentially made fully official yesterday on Thursday and on Friday, because he is unveiled as a Barca player. They paid €75 million for him, and yes, that is a lot of money, but for a player of that ability and a player of a ceiling as high as him, I think it's great business. And one of the quotes I found pretty cool from Frenkie de Jong was where he said, "I'm happy to be able to play with Messi, now my idol will be my teammate." This next one starts off by saying Anderlecht manager Vincent Kompany, and it still seems pretty weird to me it's actually a thing, but yeah, he's player manager for the next few years at the Belgian side. But Sky Sports are saying Kompany is set to sign free agent and former teammate Sam Managerial to the Belgian club. He had a brief spell from January until the end of the season playing for West Ham, and now could be going to the Belgian Pro League, and like it does say, a free deal. And next up, according to Fabrizio Romano, this deal could be confirmed by the way. He's saying Banaka from Empoli to AC Milan is a done deal. It's a €16 million fee plus €1 million add-ons, and he's ready to sign a 5-year contract. He is a former Arsenal player, but the club decided against bringing him back, and he will be going to the San Siro instead. Roma midfielder Javier Pastore has fended off offers from China in a bid to remain with the Serie A club, as according to Calcio Mercato. He did have a pretty difficult first season playing for Roma after moving from Paris Saint-Germain, but as it does mention, he's turned down big money deals to go to the Chinese Super League and wants to push on with Roma. Fabrizio Romano is also saying that Roma will sign goalkeeper Pau Lopez from Real Betis. The documents will be exchanged on Friday, so yesterday now, and it could all be announced already. Sky Sports are saying West Ham are close to agreeing a deal to sell Marko Arnautovic to an unnamed Chinese Super League club for a fee of £22 to £23 million. And they didn't really want to sell him for a fee that low, as they believe he's worth a lot more. But the article does say it's a terrible deal for West Ham, but the manager, players and staff want him out. It's not really too surprising because he has handed in 2 transfer requests in the space of like 6 months. But for 22 mil in this market for a player like Marko Arnautovic, I think he's like 30 years old now, so it could be considered a decent fee for a player that doesn't want to stay. But still, potentially for FIFA 20, he could get a fair few special cards in the CSL. Marca and Valencia are on the verge of signing Celta Vigo striker Maxi Gomez in a unique player plus cash deal. The Uruguayan will move to the Mestalla for 16 million euros, with Los Che duo Santi Mina and also George Sainz heading the other way. Mina will return to Celta on a permanent deal, while Sainz will complete a 2-year loan switch, and the official announcement is expected in the coming days. West Ham really wanted to sign Maxi Gomez to replace Arnautovic, but he wants to stay in Spain. Roma may face competition from AC Milan in their bid to sign Kevin Strootman from Marseille, as according to Foot Mercato. Roma are trying to bring the Dutch midfielder back to the Italian capital by offering Steven Nzonzi to Marseille in exchange. The French side are eager to offload Strootman because they can't afford to keep him because they missed out on Champions League football. He was like in that group of 4 players that Marseille are looking to sell as well for financial fair play. It was Strootman, Thauvin, Dimitri Payet and Sanson. Arsenal have made contact with Gremio to discuss a possible deal for Walter Kahneman, according to Globo Esporte. The Brazilian outfit valued the Argentine centre-back at around £12 million, and Unai Emery may need to raise extra funds before launching a bid. Arsenal are being linked to a lot of main players right now, and considering they apparently only have a £45 million budget, you'd assume they'd have to sell a fair amount of players to get them all done. The links to the likes of Saliba, Kahneman today, you've got Wilfried Zaha, and on top of that, Kieran Tierney. Arturo Vidal is the top midfield target of new Inter boss Antonio Conte, according to Gazzetta dello Sport. The Chile international, who has previously worked with Conte at Juventus, is currently on the books of La Liga champions Barcelona. There were rumours saying he's had offers from the Chinese Super League but wants to stay in Spain, but you would imagine if Conte can offer him first team football on a regular basis, he might be interested. Arsenal could close a deal to sign Real Madrid's Lucas Vazquez early next week in a transfer that will eventually cost €32 million plus €3 million bonuses. That's according to Spanish outlet AS. And the same publication is saying that both PSG and Bayern are also interested and could make an offer very soon. But as for the case for Bayern, he's not like a number 1 transfer target because they're still trying to get either Ousmane Dembele or Leroy Sané. And moving on according to Mundo Deportivo, they said Tottenham are close to completing a €25 million deal for Spanish under-21 international and Dinamo Zagreb winger Dani Olmo. They've already reached an agreement with his representatives and was into Manchester United a couple of days ago. And I know Spurs didn't buy a player for over 500 days, but if their summer transfer window this year consists of Jack Clarke already coming in alongside Ndombele, add on top of that a potential deal for Lo Celso and Olmo, it'd be pretty incredible. Atletico Madrid are readying an offer to sign Chelsea striker Alvaro Morata on a permanent deal, and the source for this one is going to be The Telegraph. The Spaniard spent the second half of last season on loan at the Wanda Metropolitano and has expressed a desire to stay in Madrid. A £50 million fee is thought to be enough to sign him, and that's amid the threat of Chelsea recalling Morata from his 18-month loan ahead of schedule. Napoli have joined the race to sign ICARDI as they look to tempt the Inter striker with a €10 million a season salary. That's according to Corriere dello Sport. Juve were interested a couple of days ago for €60 million, and apparently he wants to stay at Inter Milan, but they're somewhat forcing him out. And potentially Inter could use the funds of an Icardi sale to Juve or Napoli to bring in Romelu Lukaku. Antoine Griezmann will be offered a 5-year deal by Barcelona when they make their widely rumoured move for the Atletico Madrid forward. Marca reports the Spanish champions are poised to activate his $120 million buyout clause, and the deal, it was reported a couple days ago, it could be done this week. Manchester United will not only get an extraordinary £70 million transfer fee for Paul Pogba from Real Madrid, but also on top of that money they're offering Gareth Bale and Toni Kroos in part exchange. The source for that one is The Express, so the reliability might not be that high, but if they are genuinely being offered $70 million plus Bale and Toni Kroos, they've got to accept that. And another United midfielder linked to a move away from Old Trafford is going to be Nemanja Matic. So according to ESPN, they're saying Inter Milan have offered £10 million and Nainggolan in exchange for Nemanja Matic. United are open to the offer. And the article goes on to mention that Matic does want to speak to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer about his future, and both Milan teams are interested, so not just Inter, AC Milan as well. Two more confirmed deals then. First up, we've got Sergio Reguilon, not sure I said his name wrong. He has joined Sevilla from Real Madrid as a loan deal for this season. He did play a fair amount of football last season, I think started 21 matches in total, but now that Ferland Mendy's coming in and Marcelo's still at the club, you'd assume his chances are very, very limited. Then we've got Rahman. He joined FC Schalke from Dusseldorf and is €13 million as a fee. And then we move on to De Ligt, a player which has featured in most episodes so far this summer transfer window, but at one point last week it seemed all settled he'd be becoming a Juventus player. But according to Catalan-based newspaper Sport, that might not be the case. They go on to say that De Ligt to Juventus looked like a done deal, with the Serie A champions even agreeing personal terms with the player. They recently put in their first bid worth around 50 to 55 million euros before add-ons, which could potentially rise to about 65. But Ajax, they want the 75 mil that Paris Saint-Germain offered. And Ajax are apparently annoyed by Juventus' approach because they agreed personal terms with the player before submitting their first offer. And now the Italian club fear that Barca could make a last-minute move. But that, guys, is going to be it for this video. So if you could do that good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. Yes, this episode will be down below in the description box, and current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time, it's a new transfer episode. And finally, in the comment section below, who is the best goalkeeper in the world in your opinion? So thank you for watching this video, I'll see you next time.